Hello people, my name is Rage and welcome all to the final first round battle of the Hijinks tournament of love. Oh god, batteries falling. Okay, I had a little tower of batteries that I build next to my desk whenever I'm bored and need thing to occupy myself with, as you do, and I may have just kind of knocked it over and it fell down, and it's all my achievements in life gone. Today's battle is going to be very much one of the little guys, so without further ado, let's get into game one. Here we are then, everybody, with Rexar versus Gina in the 1 mana card only battle. Seems on the surface to be like, we'll just whack the 31 mana cards in and have done with it and you're cool, but there is actually a surprising amount of strategy. Priest has a lot of options with the Cleric and Power Word Shield and Inner Fire shenanigans, which is very hard to deal with, only 1 mana responses. Hunter, very good as well. You get the Web Spinner, which gives you higher mana options that are going to be difficult. Mage, I'm not as sure of, so I'm going to be very excited to see what he's going to be pulling out the bag here. However, what the mage does have going for him is the Ball of Fiery Death as the hero power, because most 1 mana things are pretty easy to kill. However, see, look, we're really into the however at the moment. We are just very much just howevering it up, and that is nice. What I would have done here is gone for the Priestess Coin Priestess, because then you would have 2 2/2s that are just perpetually growing, and the Hunter's not really going to have a solution to them. You would hope. I mean, in theory he does, because of Elven Archer, as we're going to see, a almost mandatory, why can't I speak at the moment? What are my words doing? A required addition to any 1 mana deck, because the removal is invaluable. Are we going to see the injured Cavaldier going down? Which wouldn't be great, because he's just going to die. Though he can Voodoo Doctor it up to a 2/3, which is pretty good. Is he going to do it? That's the question. He is gonna do it. That's not bad. It's quite the smart little decision there. I think Warlock is also pretty good at this, just so you can spam draw more things, and I do feel bad for our Hunter here. Peter Excavation versus Lawson is the fight, of course, but I do feel bad for him because the Emperor Cobra is, well, it's not a wildly exciting thing to get from Web Spinner in this fight, is it? It's no bundle of stats which you're after very much with this. And just dropping the Brave Archer just to have more stuff on the board, and also going for the Voodoo Doctor with the useless face heal, but nowhere else better to put it. The missed target on the opponent's one would have been quite amusing, but also very surprising to see happen. Okay, we do have a Zombie Chow action going on, to be expected, and then the Fireball gonna finish taking out, which is sensible to kill that one so it cannot be healed up in the future, and then the Elven Archer to clear the board, and this is looking good for the Mage because he's still got the backup Priestesses. There goes the Emperor Cobra. He's gonna hold on to the he's not gonna hold on to the Zombie Chow. I was gonna say, it doesn't really make that much sense to, and honestly, these two can really kill the board. I think the sensible thing to do here is play the Squire, ping, trade, and then play a Priestess, and then you're still going to be in a very good position. The Cobra might actually be a problem if he allows it to kill something that gets buffed up, but there's no way that he should. It should be Squire, it should be ping, trade the Cavaldier into the Cobra, and have some hot Viking zombie on giant desert Cobra action. I mean, it just makes sense, does it not? Now, of course, the Zombie Chow does get to kill the Squire. Oh, no! Oh, that is unlucky. That is unlucky. He's got to kill the Priestess, or it's just going to get completely and utterly out of hand, but this is a problem for our Hunter here. This is a very, very big problem. There's the hero power flying, so technically he's winning. Yeah! The Cogmaster is actually not a bad idea, because you do have your Clockwork Gnomes. Though, Lost On's Hand getting both Priestesses, very big deal, up to a 3/3 Squire, and I think unless Mr. Peter Excavation draws something of incredible quality here, he is pretty much, actually, I mean, that's okay. You get to kill the Priestess, you at least slow things down a little, but at the same time, you know, you're kind of wanting something more than that, the abusive sergeant, and this is why mage is a fantastic choice, because once you've gained the board, you just keep it, because you can constantly ping and ping and ping, and there's just nothing your opponent can do. Tracking is very much what he needs here. He needs something absolutely stellar, and he only gets the option of Brave Archer. To be fair, Argent Squire is what you want. It has the most trading potential, kill the abusive and survive. Also survives the ping. That was a sensible decision. At least he's going to sponge the attack from the 1-3. That's what it's got going for him. But he's just not going to kill his opponent in time. He's going to die before the hero power makes a difference, especially with the ever-growing 5-3 here. Probably going to take the record for the most powerful one-mana creature we see in this battle. And I think... oh, the web spinner. That is a shame. That is a shame that we're not going to see it, because our opponent has exact lethal. 6 from the Squire. Oh, okay. Alright, well... I mean, you know, if this had to happen, now is the time for it to happen. I apologize a lot. Not much I can do, I suppose, but I do feel bad. It, of course, was exact lethal. 6 from the Squire, 4 from the 2 with 2 attack, the 1 damage Cogmaster, and the 1 from the ping, making 12. So congratulations to the victory to the mage. We'll see you in game 2. Alright, everybody, I once again do very much apologize about that. Here we are in game number 2. Both players opening with the Zombie Chow, the coin going to Lawson, which is a very big deal. However, we are seeing the Warlock come out from Peter Pajom, and also that means Mortal Coil, which is very, very nice. You get to cycle into more winner cards, more winner cards. I don't know where I was going with that, but it was fun to say. More winner cards to the sound of Hearthstone. Against the Priest of Lawson. The Priest not as good because the 2 heal is a little bit wasted on most cards. Sensible choice there, because you get to play the Priestess, and you get to bring the Zombie Chow back out of Zombie Chow trading and healing range, which is actually really lovely. However, of course, the Zombie Chow can now just kill the Priestess for free, but he can't add to his board if he chooses to do that, so he's actually going to abusive it up and kill the zombie in some zombie-on-zombie action, making the poor Zombie Chow kill his own kind. Just the cruelest of person. Now, the Elven Archer here is huge. Killing the zombie is going to be lovely, especially as you can tap and then do it and get the health back if you want to risk the investment. Doesn't matter what the Young Priestess does here, it's still going to be completely fine, and it does buff the one he wants to get buffed. The Soulfire, obviously fantastic. Warlock, just a very good choice for a one-mana battle. You've got the Flame Imps, you've got the Void Walkers, you've got, hell, even Corruption might very well be worth putting in your deck. And he's just going to drop the Gnome and the Squire, which makes sense, because next turn he can clear his hand, Soulfire for free, and honestly, I wouldn't trade here. I'd go face, get a buff up, and that's all well and good. Granted, he does have a Priestess, which is a risk to leave alive, so he's going to play it safely, and I can't really blame him for doing that, but I'm going to. Ah, Peter, you are coward, oh, spine, oh, balls. Coward, ooh, spine, ooh, balls is the name of my next album. It's going to be fantastic. I've worked on it really hard, and I really do think you'll like it. I do. I really think you'll find it very enjoyable. There comes down the Cavaldier, one of the best cards for Priest in this. Heal it up to a 2-3, that is what you want. Getting extra value out of the abusive, he is trading as efficiently as he can. We're going to see the Young Priestess into the Soulfire on the 2-3, followed by the tap. Warlock looking pretty nicely here. There is no reason not to tap, so yep, there it is. And there's the lowly Squire, that's what he wants to see. However, this is okay for the Priest. He's got the Smite, he's got the Leper, which is at least going to trade with the Priestess. Doesn't matter too much if it buffs up the lowly Squire, though you do really want to hope it doesn't, so you can get that mad holy Smite value and just burn the flesh off his bones. which is kind of a nasty way for a squire to go, I will admit. You don't really want that happening. I mean, you gotta go through the hassle of cleaning up charred remains, which sucks, believe me, and then you've gotta go through the hassle of finding another squire, and not to mention the crying parents. I mean, it's just a very overall awkward experience to be a part of. Alright, well, very easy. Squire, tap, and then squire in before next squire. Oh no, infiltrator. They got trained in some shadowy arts, which is fine. And the board is going to be cleared, and it's going to give our warlock here a triple threat, which is effectively going to result in a, well, I think victory. He did make a slight misplay, should have played the lowly squire before doing the tap to get the worgen, but it's not going to make a massive difference. Actually, no, it will make a massive difference, because it means the zombie chow is going to be able to trade with the squire next turn, assuming he doesn't whirling blades the worgen for the nice easy trade. Which he very well might do. Lawson's actually considering not playing the zombie chow, and while I can see why, I don't think it's going to make enough of a difference to really turn things around. I mean, the Mortal Coil is fantastic to have as well. The Whirling Blades is going to be so useful, and I think this might very well be it. The Light of the Naru, actually pretty helpful. Can play the zombie chow, heal your face again, get back up to 30, but you are very much hoping for some hope, some prayer. Power Word Shield would be great, but both of these are just going to die. Granted, a 3-2 and a 2-3 is nice, though here comes the Flame Imp, which really... Oh, and the Power Overwhelming Warlock is just a very, very sturdy class for this. It really is. The Whirling Blades, I guess he wants to use the Mortal Coil, really press his advantage. There's the Soulfire as well. Whirling Blades on the worgen. Get rid of the 2-3. Wow, he's actually just going to trade everything in, wanting to keep the Whirling Blades. That surprises me, because, I mean, what's he wanting it for? It's not going to do that much for him. Yes, effectively an extra mana a turn, but still, Holy Smite on the Squire is obviously what you're wanting here, and the Priest has just got to hold on. And the thing is, the Priest kind of can hold on because he's a Priest, and he's only going to be losing a net of 3 health a turn at the moment. Oh, the other squire, that is very fortuitous for him. It really, really is. The priest getting very unlucky with his card ordering, but then again, Peter got very unlucky last time, so it's very much a back and forth. And what I like about all one-mana battles is that it's very much who can play their first hand the best. The Power Word Shield, actually really nice to get there, but with Whirling Blades, Power Overwhelming, and Soulfire, it's going to be quite the task for this priest to survive here. Lawson's not looking good. I mean, if we look at the board here, we're going to have 4, we're going to have 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 15, 19, 23, 24 damage next turn. And while he draws the best card in his deck to a Power Word Shield, it's just not going to be enough. What's it going to draw into? The Voodoo Doctor for the next heal should really go on his face, but he knows it's over. The 2-5, very intimidating, that is for sure, but it's a little bit too late. And there goes the first game. Don't even need the Soulfire, the Power Overwhelming. Hell, the Lepinome's going on here. He's actually going to Soulfire before doing the Power Overwhelming, losing the Voodoo Doctor. And this just, I mean, he's just showing him how unbelievably screwed he actually was. Just really letting him know that, don't you worry about it, my friend. You are very, very dead. I want you to 100% accept that. And here's massive overkill. So, I'm going to assume that we're actually just going to swap here. I think we'll see a Priest versus Warlock again, because they are, I think, the 2 best classes for this, so I'm kind of excited. What's your money on, guys? We're going to all 3 games here. 1-1 currently. Are my predictions correct? I was very correct with the Warlock. However, Peter favors the Mage over the Priest, and, well, I can see that. The Arcane Missiles, the Mirror Images, hell, the Arcane Blast now, very useful cards. I think Power Word Shield alone is a reason to use Priest. And this hand ain't great, you gotta get rid of those Voodoo Doctors. And actually getting both Arcane Missiles is unreal strong. And he gets the coin, which is just fantastic. The Flame Imp, though, a obviously brilliant starter for him here. And is he gonna go for the missile? Oh, the Mana Worm! Coin Arcane Missiles. If these Arcane Missiles kill this Flame Imp, I think Peter has won. This is going to be... Oh, is he going face? Face! 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 Oh, that is unfortunate for Peter there. That Flame Imp gets to cash in on that beefed up Mana Worm. There it is. Burn it away. Down goes the Voidwalker, down goes the Priestess. She got a 1/4 taunt hidden behind. Yeah, the Arcane Missiles is going to punch through, but you don't really mind. He's actually going to go for the double Young Priestess play, which is actually fairly sensible, because the Mage can't really do much to this. The ping isn't helpful anymore, and if you don't kill these Priestesses right the hell now, nothing will kill them. He, fortunately for him, does get lucky with that and ends up getting a kill, because again, if that Arcane Missiles had whiffed and not killed either of them, that would be pretty much game over. However, this right here, effectively the Demon Priestess, along with the other Flame Imp, this is an uphill battle. Yeah, he knows it. He knows it. This is an uphill battle for him. Yeah, he could kill the Voidwalker, assuming it doesn't get buffed up, but... oh my god, it gets buffed up to the maximum amount. That has gotta hurt. He can clear his hand up here and hope for a really good spare part, and he's kind of just gotta. Is he going to throw the Leponome away just to make a dent in that Voidwalker? There's a big... you know, it makes sense to do so, assuming it doesn't get double buffed up again, because at least then you can hero power and trade pretty much anything. The Clockwork Gnome 2/2 is alright, because it now means it's going to trade with the Flame Imp and the Priestess instead of just a random 1 damage poke from, like, the Archer over there. I mean, because he is a mage and has the hero power, this isn't over. That's the main deal there. And also, 16 health on Lost on is actually fairly low already, considering the battle we're doing here. So what the mage really needs is for the Priestess to not get buffed by the Blood Imp. As long as that doesn't happen, he does have a chance here. But that needs to happen. If the Flame Imp trades with the Clockwork, that's actually pretty good for him. And putting more things on the field, like the Elven Archer, does mean that the buff is less likely to go in his favour, and he's just going to go for the trade. What's it going to be? The Finicky Cloak Field, not that good. He's actually pushing for face damage with the Archer. Who's the Blood Imp going to buff? And it's the Voidwalker, so he can at least get rid of the Young Priestess, which is something. It really is something. And then the Voodoo Doctor for the quick heal. And actually, yeah, the Finicky Cloak Field, very useful, because now we can kill the Void Caller. So this is entirely going to come down to who draws what, which I guess, you know, is just a Hearthstone game in general, but this is quite ridiculous how furious 1-mana battles are back and forth, because, well, I think a class needs a 1-mana board clear, and then we'll be talking. Can you imagine how ridiculous a 1-mana board clear would be? I wonder if anyone's got Stone Tusk Boar, because they really should do. Oh, that sucks. You could have got some mad value with that. I mean, you still are going to, but, you know, you could have got something a lot better. The ping going to take out one of the 2/1s, because why the hell not? And again, he's holding on. He is. But it's not quite enough. This Blood Imp, and he draws both Leponomes. That is just upsetting. And because he's a Warlock, he can play more stuff than he can ping away. He'd need to be able to hero power multiple times a turn, and I just don't see that happening. Mana Worm is actually really good to get here because of its free health. It's going to trade with at least 2 things, or at least injure 2 things. But it's just... oh no, the perfect Mortal Coil top deck. As if to just really say, get wrecked, crushed, annihilated, and defeated. I think we can safely say, guys, that this is a 2-1 victory in favour of Lason. And don't worry, the hijinks in the future rounds are going to be less ridiculously random and sort of snowbally. But you know, you gotta go big in the first rounds. You really do. The Argent Squire's got to get through 7 health. 7 attacks it would need to even make a dent in the rest, and he's actually going to go for face now, and again he draws the freaking Mortal Coil. That is just so unlucky, and into the next Shield Bearer. Top decks for days. Top decks for days. There's the Squire, which is a much better play than the other Shield Bearer at this stage. He's going to hold on to neither of them. The Murloc Raider does nothing. He's going to ping face in a last futile effort to win this game. And, you know, health-wise, fairly close, but close just doesn't cut it. Congratulations to Lason. Very well fought, and commiserations to Peter, who also, you know, very, very well fought. Oh, Elven Archer. Actually, he's not far off, thinking about it. If he'd gone face a little bit more, you know, straight up, those 4 turns he didn't ping face. I mean, that would have been quite the turnaround victory. But both people did pretty good decks, pretty good class choices, and it came down to those arcane missiles. It really, really did. For now, my name has been Rage. This is the round 1 over. We move on to the semi/quarterfinals. I can never remember which one is correct, as our mage gets soul fired into oblivion. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.